Hello there. My name is Lee Thurburn, and we are live for another live stream, Lee. And today we're going to be tidying up the multi-vendor marketplace application that we built on Adalo. I'm going to clean up some relatively small things. So let me go ahead and share the screen. So let's get the cart up, and I'm just going to come back over here and look and make sure. Yeah, so we've got the whole thing. So let me go ahead and jump into the demo. All right, so we finished all the basic functionality, but there's a couple of things that would help to kind of polish this off. First of all, let's get some search processes in here. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to zoom in on the product list, and we're going to come up, and I really don't remember if we've, come on, zoom back in on the product list. Don't really remember if we did this before, but you can see there's a search box on this product list page. Let's go look at how we did that. Okay, so I'm going to go log in as a customer so that we can actually go to the product page as a customer. So new customer. And search the product list page. And here's our list. So let's see what we got down here. We've got all this stuff. We've got white German sausage, lamb sausage. We've got chocolate pizza pie. So let's type pizza. So I type pizza and boom, it finds the pizza pie. So if I'm looking for dessert pizza or the word delicious, let's see if that shows up. There we go, dessert pizza. And if I look for delicious shows up. Let's see if I look for chocolate. Okay, chocolate doesn't show up. So here's what the issue is. Chocolate, what we're searching is just a single field. We're searching the description. So for example, if we come down here and we look in white German sausage, it's got chef special recipe white sausage. So if we check the word sausage, we'll see it. If we check the word white, we'll see it. But if we check the word German, we won't see it. So if we type German, we don't get the white German sausage because we're only checking the description field. So you have to do one of two or three things here. First of all, you have to, if you want everything to show up, you have to put everything into the description field. If you want to, search the title, the product name, then you have to tell the search box to search the product name. Or you have to go through a process of putting the name and the title and the description and all that kind of stuff in a special search field. You have to create a search field, put everything in there, and then search the search field, which is what we're going to try to do while we're live and see how this process works. Okay, so now we're going to go into our database and we're going to look at the products database. So here is our products database, and let's look at what we've got. We've got a product name, price, and description. Then we've got an image and then a vendor and stuff. Let's add another property, and let's add a property called a text field, and we're going to call it product search. All right, and this product search field is not actually going to become a field that anybody can see because it's going to be in the background. Okay, so where are we going to put it? Well, we need to put it in a couple of places. First of all, we're going to have to go to the add product field. So we need to go look for add products. Now, an easy way to do that is to go to your search screen over here, and then you look for, and you click on add product, and you'll see that it highlights the screen that is your screen. So on the add product screen, we have a input form. So if we open it, it's the input form for products, create new product. Let's look at our list of fields. Okay, so we come down here and we don't have a product search field. If I go ahead and add an automatic field for the product search, and I put that in here, now I'm going to add some things to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the current vendor product. Let's see, where is the current vendor product? Here it is, current vendor products. Okay, actually, it doesn't give us the product name. Okay, so we can't access the product name there. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to go to products, product. Okay, so we can't get to it. Current vendor. And let's see here. How do we get to the products? Okay, products, we can't get to the product name. Okay, so we can't really do what we want to do here. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. So now let's click on the submit button, and we've got create product vendor profile. Let's go ahead and add another action. We're going to update the new product. Okay, that's what we want to do. We want to update. Oh, here it is. Update the new product. Okay, so this is the product we just created. Now, we've already created a product, and we've got the product name, price, description, and image. So let's come down to our product search field. Here it is. And let's add the new product name, and then put a little space. And we're going to add the new product description. So we're going to put everything that we've put in there. And so now we've created a field specifically for the product name and product description. We're going to, and again, we'll call that the product search field. Now, the other place that we might possibly need to update is the edit products page. So we're going to click on the edit products page, and we're going to click on the submit button, and we're going to update the product again. So we'll click update current product. Okay, so this is sequentially after the initial update. So what we're doing on this first update is we're updating the data fields from the form. On the second update, after the data fields have updated, we're going to grab again the information we're looking for. So we're going to grab the current product name and put a little space here. And then we're going to put the current product description in. Okay, now, whether we create the product or we edit the product, we're now grabbing those two things. So with that in mind, now we're going to come up here to the product list page, which is right here. And we're going to come into here, and we're going to look at our filter. So what we're doing is we're saying product description contains the results of the search. So if I click here, actually it's not letting me do what I want to do. So I'm just going to have to X out. I'm just going to completely eliminate the filter. We're going to create this filter again. We're going to select product search is equal to, we're going to select product search contains the input search products, which is this input form that we had right there. So now, if we've done everything correct, which I believe we have, we should now be able, oh, you know what? It's not going to do what we want it to do until we go into either a create or an edit process. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to kind of spoof the system. So what I need to do is I need to go in as a vendor, and we're going to edit a product. So I'm going to log in. I'm going to log in as new vendor. I think the new vendor account, if I remember correctly, the new vendor account has, so I've got to go to vendor profile, go ahead and go in. Yeah, this has a Range Rover and a Porsche. Okay, so if I go into products, well, actually, I don't want to add products. So I'm going to edit this product. And so I've got a description, elegant English SUV, very clean. Okay, so I've edited this. I'm updating this product. And now I'm going to edit the other product, the Porsche, fast German car for smart drivers with heavy feet. Okay, and we'll update that one. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and log out. And just a second. We've logged out, and now we're going to log back in as a customer, and we're going to search the products. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and search the product list. And so initially, the search was only for the description. So if I type SUV, I get the SUV out of the description. But if I typed Range Rover, I wouldn't have found that. So let's go back now, and we've got a product list, and our product list actually only has 2 things in it. That's interesting. I wonder why our product list only has 2 things. Well, let's try this again. If I type 911, that gets the Porsche. Very interesting. Okay, let's go back and let's go to search product list. Product list only has 2 things in it. All right. Well, that's interesting. That's an unexpected development. Let's go to our database and let's look at our vendor list here. So let's see who our vendors. We got 4 vendors. We've got let's see here. I want to go to Carly Co. We got Carly Co. And who's the vendor over here? Lead Apricot Rocket. So I've got Carl Co. and Lead Apricot Rocket. And I've also got Lee.com. Okay, so let's go in as Carl Co. Let's just edit each one of these vendors' products a little bit. So we're going to log in as Carl Co. And here's Carl at Carl Co. Okay, go to vendor and Carl Co. And let's edit the product. And is delicious for all. All right, so we do that. And then now we're going to log out and we're going to log in again. It's just easier to do this than it is. I mean, it's easy to go into the database, but at least this way we actually see each person, each vendor, the edit process. So we're going to go in here. We're going to go see all the products. And here we've got, we got a whole bunch of products here. So let's just edit this. Tasty Cola. Okay, Tasty Cola. Oh, it's going to want to drink. It's want an image. Okay, I'm just going to go backward. Let's come down here. A Krispy Kreme, crispy crate bulging with pork, shrimp, and herbs. Tasty. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to put a photo in here. So I'll just put a photo of some sort. Doesn't really much matter. Okay, so I've put a couple of products in. Okay, I've got at least a product with, let's put another, let's do another edit here on me. Crispy, fresh, and tasty. Just put in another graphic. Okay, same graphic. All right, now we're going to jump out and we're going to log in as Lead Apricot Rocket. Here we go, we're logging in. Come on, log in. Oh, let's see here. Don't know why it's not. Let's try this. Lead Apricot Rocket. Okay. And it's not liking that. Let's try that. There we go. Now we're logged in. Now let's go to the vendor, yellow truck, and we're going to come down and we're going to edit the beer bratwurst. See if I can put in a graphic because it's going to require a graphic. Okay, update product. So now I'm going to log out and I'm going to log in as our customer again. And hopefully we have a whole bunch of products. Search product list. Let's see what we got here. There we go. We got a bunch of products. Actually, all of our products came back. Don't know why they disappeared previously. So now if I do a search for, let's find chocolate. Here it is, chocolate. And if I go back and I want to find this word right here, D-E-U-T-S-C-H, I think I spelled it D-E-U. Oh, there we go. It found it. So we've just created an all-in-one search field. The only challenge is that the products have to go through an update process. Otherwise, they won't be included. And for some reason, when we go back, we don't get it here. But let's see, if I come back in to the search products, do we get all the products? Nope. So the products aren't being properly sort of collected and coordinated for this search process unless they go through the update or the original create process. So that's a pretty handy little functionality right there for making your product search more powerful. Now, we can do the same thing with vendors. And so I don't think we actually have a vendor search page here, but we do have a vendor list, I believe. So let's look at users vendors. Okay, so let's look at this vendor list here. And this is the users vendors. Let's do this. Let's create a vendor list just from scratch. So let's go ahead and go here. We're going to click add screen. We're going to do an app bar screen, call it vendor list, all vendors list. Okay, we'll just call it all vendors list, create screen. This should go pretty quick. Now on this screen, we're going to put a search input field. So we're going to come down here to forms and fields, and we're going to do text input. And we're just going to put that right there in the middle. That's going to be where we do our search. And then we're going to come down and get a list, custom list. We're going to put a custom list underneath. And this is going to be our vendors. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here and grab vendors. This is going to be all vendors. Let's zoom in a little bit and let's take this title field and we're going to move it over, make room for a vendor graphic. And we're going to take this and we're going to move it over. And so we're going to put the title is going to be current vendor, vendor name. And we'll get rid of that. And then we'll just put something else in here. We'll put current vendor, vendor city. We'll just put a couple of pieces of data in there. Oh, let's put vendor phone. Okay, and then let's put a graph, an image. So we're going to take the vendor image. We're going to drop this in here, and then we're going to resize it so that it fits about right. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to tell the system where to get that database, current vendor, vendor picture. And we're going to show the full image, do not crop. All right, so this, and we're going to make this whole thing, we're going to click on here. And when somebody clicks on this, we're going to do the action is going to link to vendor profile. And there should be a vendor profile. Here we go, vendor profile. And that's going to send the current vendor to the vendor profile. And now what we're going to do is we're going to call this the search. This is an input fin. We're going to call this vendor search. Okay, done. And we're going to tell it enter vendor name search by, just do a by name. We'll make this simple. Search by name. Okay, there's no default value, search by name. So now we're going to come down here and we're going to add a filter. So we're going to vendor name contains form inputs vendor search. Okay, so this will be very fast and easy. Okay, so now we need to get to this page. Okay, so I put this page up here. It doesn't really matter where I stack it. I'm just going to put it down here. And now what I want to do is I want to put a button over on the home page. So let me move the home page over so I can add a button. And I'm going to put a button here that says search vendor list. So we're going to use that color, search product list. We're going to duplicate it. We're just going to drag it down here. And we're going to change the name to vendor list, search vendors. There we go. I'll just put search vendors. And we're going to link to the, I think it says all vendor search, right? There we go, all vendor list. Okay, so we click there. Now, with a little luck, everything's going to work the way we want it to. So let's go ahead and log in. Log in. And let's just go in as Tom. Let's see if Tom has an account. There we go. Tom has an account. We'll click on search vendors. Here's all the vendors that we've got. I'm going to go ahead and search yellow. Whoops, I didn't spell it right. Y-E-L. There we go. Yellow. There's our yellow truck. And then now we click on yellow truck and we jump over to the yellow truck product. And then we can now start ordering from the yellow truck product page. So now we've got kind of a complete loop. And I'm going to say that this this basically finishes the build for the multi-vendor shopping cart process. So when somebody logs in, they can become a vendor. When they become a vendor, they'll then have access to their vendor profile from which they can add products, add shipping rates. They can see their orders. Anybody can search the product list. Anybody can search the vendor list. The individuals can click on my profile and they can go see their individual profile. They can see orders they've completed, orders that they haven't completed. They can see orders that, they can complete orders that are in process. I mean, there's a tremendous number of things that you could add to this and just keep building out the functionality. So there you go. That is how you build a multi-vendor marketplace application. And, there's a lot of, again, there's a lot of other stuff that you could put into this. You could put in, revenue tracking so that you can see how much has been charged, how much you've earned from each vendor. I mean, we could continue to play with this and build it out, but at this point, I've shown you enough different sort of how you build functionality to where you probably can build this out yourself. So hopefully you have enjoyed this build process. I am about to begin doing something similar using Bubble.io. Bubble is another no-code development tool, and it is designed to be, it's actually a lot more complicated, a lot more sophisticated, a lot more capable than Adalo. Adalo is a tool designed specifically for building cell phone apps that you can publish to, literally with a single click, you can publish to Google or Apple stores. To do that, you do have to get set up as a developer on both Google and Apple, and there's a minor cost associated with that. And then when you publish them to those stores, they can be downloaded by anybody anywhere through the stores. Until that point in time, Adalo works as a web app and can also be put on a cell phone. Bubble can develop a cell phone application, but it's really designed more for more complex desktop type applications. You can work Bubble as the back end and Adalo as the front end, which is something that a lot of people do. Now, I've not used Bubble a lot, and I'm really kind of a beginner on Bubble, but I'm going to begin developing the same functionality, a multi-vendor application functionality on either that, or I might develop a business directory listing tool. I kind of think I might like to do that. Anyway, there'll be a number of different projects that I'll be developing on Bubble. I think I'm going to change my sequence, my frequency. I will have a combination on Livestream of live stream interviews of different business owners, as well as then also development. So on any given day, starting now going forward into the future, I'll still be doing live streams pretty much every day. I've missed a couple of days. Mostly I've missed the days because I got confused on some aspect of how Adalo worked, and I had to do research. And I didn't want to do that research live because we only have 30 minutes. And quite honestly, having you sit there and watch me looking at a screen, pretty boring for you. So, that's why when we got to the later stages, I was a little bit more precise in what I was doing. Sometimes I even developed it and then showed you after the fact what I had done. But we'll be going forward developing some stuff on Bubble. You'll be able to watch me learn as well as watch me show you how to develop some apps. Again, I think Bubble and Adalo are two incredible tools that can help businesses just really dramatically expand what they do. So please stay tuned tomorrow at 3 o'clock and see what comes next. I don't know whether I'll have an interview or a software development, but either way, I'm going to have fun. I hope you do too. Come and join me. See you tomorrow.